Hey everybody, and welcome back to C#. In this video we're going to look at arrays, also known as lists if you're a Python head. Before I get started, a huge thank you to everyone for subscribing and hitting that notification icon. That really helps me out. And an even bigger thank you to my members and patrons. Your names will run across the bottom of the screen at the end of the video. So in our previous video we had a bit of a play around and we worked with for loop. And we printed out finally you like brown flaggy, and we got 1, 2 and 3 after it. Nice and easy. But what happens if we want a list of flaggies with different colors associated with them, or different numbers associated with them? Well, this is where our array comes in. The ability to create a list of values with minimum fuss that we can reference as much as we like. So what we need to do here is we're going to just add a couple of lines after where we've identified what fave color is, and we're actually going to create a new variable, and it's going to be var, and it's going to be flaggy numbers, and it's going to be a new, which means we're creating a new instance of an integer array like that. So we identify an array with square brackets, and then what we have to do is identify the scope or the contents of that array and then end it with semicolon. At the moment this array is going to be empty, so we don't want that. We actually need to put some numbers in there. We've already identified that it's going to be integers, so we have to put numbers inside this box. So I'm going to say 69 is going to be our first variable, our first value, and then 420 is going to be our second number, and then I'm going to add I'm going to just say 845 as our third variable. There you go. Now we've got flaggy numbers there like so. And there are other ways of doing this. We could actually say we could identify that this array has 10 items in it and then identify those individually, but basically code-wise this is the shortest way of defining a list of integers or an array of integers, is just by using this method here. And now what we can actually do is we can say here flaggy numbers like that, there we go, and then in square brackets we can input I in there like so. Now what we have to do is we have to change these variables here. We have to go back down to 0 here, because an array starts at 0. The first value is value 0, and the final value, because we've got 3 items in it, is going to be 2. It's going to go 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So we have to start our loop at 0, end our loop at 2. Otherwise we're going to get an out of bounds error when we try to reference something that's outside the bounds of our array. If we want to add new variables or new values to our array, we can plonk them in the top here so that we've got more values to reference. But if we try and reference a value that doesn't exist, then it will just throw up an error, and generally it'll be a bad day. So let's type in brown, I'm going to type in flaggy, and there you go. There's our 3 values: 69, 420, 845. Boom, as they say. So again, a really simple concept initially, but the fact that we can do this and it allows us to reference it, we could use this, for example, for usernames. If we wanted to, we could change this to string, and we could change these values to strings, and we can easily do that just by simply adding quotation marks either side. So now those values are strings. So if we do Control F5 again, brown, flaggy, and it's still printing those out, but this time they're no longer integers, they are in fact strings. So if I wanted to, I could say nips, hips, and b whole. And now if I run that again, type in brown and flaggy, nips, hips, and b whole, there you go. That's what we're after. And it's really that simple, guys. I hope you found that entertaining. There's definitely a lot of uses there that I'm sure you can think of already. Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys, and I will see you in the next video. But until then, you take damn good care of yourselves, alright? Bye-bye.